What's going on, everyone? Thanks so much for tuning in. For today's video, we're going to be taking a quick look at the 2018 Mercedes-AMG GLC43 Coupe. In this review, I'm going to cover all the essentials of what makes the AMG different from a regular GLC. Of course, I'll take it on a thorough drive and show you many of the unique aspects throughout the interior as well as exterior. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start her up and let her run. The GLC Coupe originally launched for the 2017 model year as a stylish alternative to its full-size counterpart. With a dramatic sloped-back roofline that's designed to emulate a coupe, it's less practical when it comes to rear seat and cargo space. But on the flip side, it's a unique design that will most certainly appeal to folks who like to stand out from the crowd. In general, the GLC takes advantage of an aluminum-intensive architecture that blends high-strength steel and magnesium alloys to benefit safety, weight, and even handling. The underpinnings are quite similar to the current C-Class. The overall dimensions are almost identical to the full-size GLC, with the exception of a 1.6-inch lower peak roof height and 3.1 inches of additional body length to properly round out the proportions. AMG's relatively recent 43 series can be thought of as a middle-tier performance variant that bridges the gap between, in this case, the standard GLC 300 and the range-topping GLC 63. Starting at $61,200, the GLC 43 is only offered with 4MATIC all-wheel drive and an exclusive twin-turbocharged V6 engine. Its closest competitors include the $60,450 BMW X4 M40i, the $52,400 Audi SQ5, and the $68,900 Porsche Macan GTS. Total price for the GLC 43 featured in today's video, based on 2019 model year pricing, is approximately $71,810. The GLC 43 comes standard with staggered 20-inch wheels. In other words, the rear wheels are wider than the front. They're wrapped in 255/45 and 285/40 tires respectively, all seasons to be specific. 21-inch wheels are optional. It's a sporty crossover that's quiet and composed. Its stiff body structure and ample use of acoustic damping play a big part in that. Road manners aren't all that different from a comparable C43, even with the higher ride height and extra weight. Of course, being an AMG product, you'll find upgraded brakes to match the powerful V6. The front discs are cast with perforations in place for added strength and are internally ventilated. They span 14.2 inches in diameter and are clamped down by 4-piston fixed calipers with AMG logos. The rear discs span 12.6 inches and feature large single-piston calipers. With regards to the steering, you have a speed-sensitive electric rack and pinion setup. The ratio actually varies based on your speed of travel to increase precision and response when driving spiritedly. There's an appreciable amount of feedback from the front end with a surprisingly natural feel. You can also adjust the level of steering assistance through the drive modes if you prefer to have it more firm or relaxed. Underneath, you'll find an aluminum-intensive 4-wheel multi-link suspension, 4-link in the front and 5-link in the rear. On top of that, you have a 3-mode adaptive air shock setup that can be softened or stiffened on demand. You can also adjust ride height on demand. At higher speeds, the shocks hunker down to enhance stability and reduce drag. Like the GLC 63, the GLC 43 has a unique front suspension design. There's stiffer steering knuckles, improved elastokinematics, increased negative camber, newly developed wishbone guide bearings, and a wider track. It makes it feel sharper and more agile than a standard GLC. You can really tell the difference. Even though this doesn't have the epic 4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 that powers the GLC 63, the GLC 43 still feels like an AMG, courtesy of a 3-liter twin-turbocharged V6. It produces 362 horsepower between 5,500 and 6,000 RPM, and 384 pound-feet of torque between 2,000 and 4,000 RPM. With permanent all-wheel drive, it can accelerate to 60 miles an hour in less than 4.7 seconds and reach a limited top speed of 130 miles per hour. From an aesthetic point of view, the engine looks awesome. The red insert on the cover is specific to the 43 series. 3 intakes across the front of the engine provide a ram air effect. The outer 2 feed the intercoolers, while the center one directs air onto the engine itself to help get rid of excess heat. Inside, just like the V8, there's a lot of advanced stuff such as nanoslide cylinder wall technology and forged pistons. Harnessing all of that power is a 9-speed automatic transmission featuring AMG-specific calibrations. It's electronically controlled by a small column-mounted shifter. The all-wheel drive torque split is 31% at the front and 69% in the rear. This enables rear-wheel drive-like driving characteristics with the assurance of having the added grip when you need it. A brake-based torque vectoring system also provides some added control. The 63 variants get the added benefits of a limited slip differential and a launch control system. The transmission is quick shifting and very smooth. Like a lot of cars nowadays, you can alter the shift algorithm to prioritize fuel economy, performance, or a blend of the two for normal use. There's even a set of paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel if you want to take over the reins yourself. If you'd like more of an in-depth look at the functions of the various drive modes, I've included a link in the description box below to my review of the 2018 C43 where I highlighted it all thoroughly. At the time that this video was filmed, Mercedes didn't have the performance exhaust available quite yet, but it's something I'd highly suggest opting for. The C43 I filmed had it and it sounded amazing. The standard exhaust sounds alright, but it's certainly on the tame side. Thanks to the 9-speed transmission, auto start-stop system, and the coasting feature that engages when the vehicle is set to eco mode, the GLC43 gets pretty decent fuel economy for what it is, ranging between 18 miles per gallon in the city and 24 miles per gallon on the highway. Combined average is 20 miles per gallon. Premium fuel is required, and the total tank capacity is 17.4 gallons. The layout of the GLC's interior closely resembles that of a C-Class. The craftsmanship, attention to detail, and quality of materials is class-leading in many respects. Everything looks properly upscale and feels wonderful. AMG versions take it one step further by adding a number of dynamic and race-inspired touches. Along with having a choice of finishers such as open-pore wood and brushed aluminum, there's a variety of upholstery options including two-tone colors, full leather, and diamond-quilted Diseño themes. If that's not enough, AMG Performance front seats are also available. The standard seats shown here are comfortable, deep-contoured, 14-way powered with 3-stage heating, adjustable thigh support, and optional ventilation. The interior is covered by 7 airbags for 9-way occupant protection, in addition to a host of electronic goodies such as collision prevention assist, Embrace telematics services, smart key, a surround view camera, adaptive cruise control, and so much more. In the center of the dash is a freestanding 8.4-inch infotainment system, part of the optional multimedia package. It includes navigation, voice control, and more. I've already covered this system in great depth in prior Mercedes reviews. This example is also equipped with the amazing 590-watt Burmester premium surround sound system featuring 13 speakers and a 9-channel digital amplifier with beautiful stainless steel speaker grills. All of your media, navigation, telephone, and vehicle systems can be accessed through the screen and rotary controller in the center console. With the aforementioned multimedia package, you also get a touchpad controller that responds to a variety of finger motions such as swiping, pinching, and handwriting, just like a smartphone. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are optional. It's an excellent setup overall that's very easy to use. Rear seat occupants are treated to just as lavish of a space as you would find in the front. The only real downside is headroom due to the sloping roofline. However, the regular GLC43 alleviates this issue if space is a priority. Legroom and hip room are identical between the two. The seat was more sculpted than I thought it would be. The cushions curve outward to give you some extra torso and leg support, which should benefit long-term comfort. Heated outboard seats were included on this example. A tri-zone climate control system is also optional. There's decent storage across the door panels and seat backs, not to mention adjustable air vents and a fold-down armrest with cup holders. Out back, a powered liftgate is standard, but for even more convenience when your hands are full, a hands-free access system is also available. If equipped, you simply wave your foot underneath the rear bumper to open and close the liftgate. Behind the rear seat, you'll find a modest 17.6 cubic feet of cargo space. Fold them down to take advantage of up to 49.4 cubic feet of space. Obviously, the non-coupe form GLC has more space with its traditional roofline, 19.4 cubic feet and 56.5 cubic feet respectively. With the adaptive air suspension, you can also lower the rear of the vehicle by 1.6 inches by just the touch of a button in order to make loading and unloading cargo easier. The latter is especially helpful as the standard liftover height might be a bit too tall for shorter people. Now before we close out the video, let's go ahead and see how she sounds. Everyone, I hope you enjoyed the short take on the 2018 Mercedes-AMG GLC43. Be sure to stay tuned next time, leave a like and subscribe today. There's always a lot more where that came from. Take care, everyone.